So what's up, everybody? This is your boy Jonathan, back at it again. So I wanted to make this video about, so last video I talked about dating levels, like dating experience levels. Today I want to talk about different men on this level. Like, where are you on this level, and how do you act, and what do you do, and how can you move up, you know what I'm saying? So, I guess we'll title this video Different Men on the Dating Spectrum, right? And these are men I've met, men I've helped, and I can give tips each of you on this level, and how to move up and stop, or meet a girl. So, the lowest level is the guy who just doesn't have a job. He doesn't work. He doesn't have no resources. He can't dress up. He can't do nothing. And I met a lot of these guys who whine and bitch and complain that they can't get a girl. And they have so much potential, they just won't work. And some of them refuse to get a job. And some of them try to get a job, but it's tough out there. And I know it's tough out there, but if you keep hanging on, you'll find something, you know what I'm saying? But, it's like the old saying goes, no money, no honey. How are you going to take a girl out on a date? Or where are you going to take her if you don't have no money? So that's one thing that if you're in that situation, you should just make it your job to find a job. And once you get the job, then you can move up. The second person I've seen, and I was like this, and my buddy was like this in college, the horny guys with no jobs, or the creeps with no jobs, right? And I remember between the community college and going to the university, I would take bullshit dance classes. I had no job, and I would run around the city talking to girls all day and all night. And that's what I did, go to clubs or go to the college campuses. And it never works out. You know why? Because no money, no honey. How are you going to take them out on a date? What are you going to do with them? Where are you going to take them back to if you have no job and no resources? Right? So that's one thing. And the other thing is, what I realized is, if you're going to bars and clubs on random nights in the middle of the week, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday even, and not just that, but you can stay until they close, and you're like hollering at girls are gonna look at you and know that you have no job, because most people with jobs would have to get up in the morning and go to work, and you can't hide that. So those are the guys on the second level. The next level up is guys who, they have jobs and they have everything going for them, but they don't want to get out of the comfort zone. They don't want to get out their box of one place. I'm talking to all the religious guys who, want a religious girl, right? You're stuck in a religious venue where there's not very many women in there. You could pray all day for a girlfriend, but if you're in a religious venue where there's only 5 or 6 women, four of them are married, and one of the girls has a smartphone, and she's constantly getting DM'd by other dudes, and she has a million options, God's not going to help you in that situation. And you got to kind of, do other activities, or you have to figure out something, because it's just not going to happen for you. And I'm sorry, but, there's some situation where it's just not going to happen. So, and then on top of that, there's the guys that have everything going for them, and they're willing to go outside and talk to other girls outside of their specific place, but they don't want to give up who they are, right? They don't want to change their style of clothing, and they don't want to change who they talk to. Like, I've helped out a guy. This was like 2-3 years ago. I helped out a guy who was like, I want to dress in late 90s, early 2000 hip hop fashion. And I only want to talk to hot Asian girls who are party animals, preferably between the age of 18 and 21. And I am 27. Right? Are you serious? And he drove for Uber, and he also worked at the airport. He was making money, but it was like because he didn't want to change who he was and change what he wanted, he totally failed, and he never could get nothing. Because I don't want to dress up neat and clean to go to the club. Well, how are you going to get in? It doesn't matter, you know. And in San Francisco, the club dress codes are strict, and he didn't care. So, you know, you have to make sacrifices. The next guy on the list is the guy who has everything going for him, but he focuses way too much on pickup and focuses on way too much on going to the club. And he doesn't, you know, he just runs around being a pervert, but doesn't actually get it that, you know, you should go outside of the club, or you shouldn't be so perverted, or, you know. And I've helped a guy like this, really good job, but then when we went out, he would go and say things like, I like your tattoo, do you have one where the sun don't shine, or something like that, or you're so cute, can I take you home tonight? Like, no. And he had a good job, he was well off, but he was just saying creepy stuff. And then he would go to like the synagogue and be like, oh, so if any of, I'm gonna go see Star Wars tonight, if any of you women want to come in and accompany me, I'd pay for your ticket. Like, no. So that's the fifth guy, and you don't want to be that fifth guy. So if you're that fifth guy, you need to stop being so creepy. And number 6, the sixth guy on the list is the guy who, and he's the highest and the easiest one on the list, the guy who just doesn't know any better. He has his resources together and he's willing to try, he just doesn't know any better. So these guys are cool, because if you're like, okay, you gotta wear this you gotta go here, here's where all the girls are, you know, maybe you should try this. He'll be like, okay, maybe you could try to do a little better style. Okay, I may not have that much money, but you know, I'm gonna go and find all the discount stores so I don't have to pay a lot of money, you know, and he'll go do it. Like, you're like, you know, maybe you shouldn't say, maybe you're coming off a little too strong, or you're being a little too perverted or creepy. Okay, and they'll go out and change that. And those guys are really fun to work with, because they listen and they know what they're doing. I mean, they don't know what they're doing, but they listen and they catch on pretty quick. And so if you're in this situation, so to sum it up, look, if you're in these situations, first thing I would say is get a job. And the second thing I would say is be open, right? Be open to going new places and finding girls. Be open to changing your style, right? So that you can get into certain venues, so that you will have women available to you. And be open to changing like your approach, right? You don't have to be a creep. You don't have to be super sexual. And yeah, if you're open to that, I think you'll be able to make it. All right, this is your boy Jonathan. I'm out, y'all. Peace.